Yo, welcome once again to another dope edition of PerezNStretch. I'm yours truly, Stretch, a 6'6" phenomenon, along with
Deja Perez.
And this is what, episode 5?
I feel like it might be 6. We're way past 4, buddy.
Oh, are we?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome to the PerezNStretch podcast, man. And normally sometimes we have things already outlined.
So here's how it goes. Usually Stretch and I talk in the week and we're like, yo, what do you want to talk about? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's talk about this. Maybe we should talk about this. Boom. So we were supposed to do it last week and we had a great plan. We were going to talk about Wendy Williams passing out. We were going to talk about all this stuff that was like topical for last week. This guy over here is like, oh, I can't do it on Thursday.
But we were supposed to do it.
And then he has the audacity to be going out of town this week, so he had to film early again this week. So we're just ill prepared.
I'm saying I'm going to my cousin, one of my favorite female cousins. She's getting married on Friday.
Congratulations.
So shout out to Lauren and to your new fiance or soon-to-be husband.
It's not a new fiance, but soon-to-be husband, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Why are you trying? Don't come for me.
Because it's not. Why you didn't send for me? Because you ain't send for me. Woo! Get it right. Use your words, Stretchykins. Use your right words.
I'm about to use this word.
It's not a new fiance because the wedding wouldn't be planned if it was a new fiance.
Yeah, well, her old fiance.
And
Leroy. Yeah. So shout outs to her and her fiance. So they're getting married Friday in Tampa. So that'll be a dope trip going down there and hang out with some fam and stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we were talking on Sunday. We did a little video and we were talking about how Halloween happened, and before Halloween was even done, already the Christmas decorations were already up.
Right. And that, to me, man, it's funny because we was just talking about that, and I told you, like, how I went into Home Depot. Mm-hmm. I just walked in, and it's like this big-ass Santa Claus just sitting in front of your face. I was like, damn.
We can't even have a Halloween.
Yeah, we didn't even pass out no Snickers yet.
What'd you say?
They didn't pass out no Snickers.
So the thing is, legit, we're going to, like... Another year or two, and it's going to be Christmas decorations up in June.
Pretty much.
Like, I feel like that's where they're going.
But you know, the funny thing, too, is like where they were...
and the Black Friday.
They're promoting Black Friday already.
Mm-hmm. I remember you said that.
Yeah. Man, I had that salad. I could feel like I got some kale or something in my teeth.
No, you already got it.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because I can just feel something there. You know you had that.
Here's the thing, right? So when we first sat down to do this podcast today, Stretch was being an extra jerk, which is not really out of the ordinary for him, but he was. And so I looked at him, and I was like, by the way, you've got kale in your teeth. Or you've got food in your teeth.
No, I'm just saying. Because, when you eat nice salad, like, you feel it. I don't you know. You ever had that happen to you? Like,
probably not because I don't eat a whole lot of salad.
Well, that's true. Deja's scared of celery, radishes.
Actually, I eat celery. Celery is among the few. Celery, asparagus. Those are the few of the vegetables that I eat.
Show her anything green, she can be like, get this shit out my face.
Pretty much. No lie.
But it's just like, it's funny because you ever like go out or date or hanging out with your friends.
But go ahead.
Well, anyway, you're in a social setting and you got something in your mouth or in your teeth.
Pause.
Oh, pause. What's in your mouth?
But I'm bummed. All right.
But and no one's told you, and you're like with your
So here's
crew.
the thing: I'm not that person. I'm never gonna let you be set up. I don't know where we were the other day, and I was like, "Yo, you got something in your beard." It was like leftover food or something. I don't know.
Who you talking to?
You.
Where?
I don't know. I think we were at the bowling for Booby Steak.
Yeah.
And he had some like extra.
It was
like he was storing it for later in case he got hungry.
It was beer.
It was beer in your beard. Well, maybe I guess they say beer is actually good for your hair.
Yeah.
But anyhow, I'm never gonna be that person. I'm not gonna set you up.
I'm gonna wash my hair tonight in some Michelob Ultra.
Beer's really good for your hair. It really is good for your hair.
That's why I got the.
I hate when you do that. My barber, he's so funny, Jamal. Whenever he shapes me up, right, he'll go to take a picture of it, and he'll try like take my hair down so it'll be like a nice picture with it. And he's always expecting me to be like, and I'm like, I'm never gonna give you that. Like, I'm not that person. I'm not the like.
Tresemme.
No, I'm not that person. Till Pantene wants to start paying my checks or giving me checks, I'm good off the hair shake. So.
Yeah, no doubt. So, who am I? You ready?
Uh-oh.
What more do you want from me?
What was that?
Tyrese.
Oh, God.
Crying Reese.
So.
Sweet baby.
Here's the thing, right? There was a young boy. Let me pull it up.
Because the kid.
Yeah, but he has some valid points, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see if I can.
Minus all the hand gesturing. I was like, look, man, are you trying to teach me a class?
Leave that boy alone.
He's a very smart kid.
He's very articulate.
Yeah,
he's a very young kid. He's really articulate. Hold on, let me go to Tyrese's thing. Jesus, hold on. Well, listen, that's what happens when you want to be unprepared and just talk about stuff.
Why? I'm just trying to help you out.
Is so used to seeing negative images and negative stereotypes of fathers that when they see an actual father breaking down and showing compassion for his child, the world teases him and makes jokes about him. But when they see a different father who's not there for their child, the world makes fun of him and calls him a deadbeat, and they complain about it. But let me ask you this: how is a man supposed to step up to the plate and take care of his children when the world is currently teasing another man for being a father? You see, the children are watching you. You are responsible for the next generation of children growing up. And especially with young men, they already think that...
Facts, right?
Yeah. Man, that's a smart young guy. But you know what I got to say to that kid?
Oh, Lord. Here comes the
What
shit.
more do you want from me?
So here's the thing, right? Here's the situation with the whole Tyrese thing. And I legit think that he genuinely misses his child, wants to be a part of his child's life, and I commend him for that. That's not the issue. But the problem, too, is that it's sandwiched by you're coming for the rock, then it's this, and then it's more trying to come for the rock, and then it's you're crying on the gram and all these other things, which I get it. You're entitled to have your emotions and do what you want. And I bet it is very painful to be in your child's life all the time and then not be in your child's life. So I appreciate that. But on the same token, you're complaining about not having any money to fight these. Like, it's a lot of stuff that I feel like probably should just be private.
Yeah, and then the thing is, too, is like he's sitting up there, complaining publicly and then talking about, well, my Hollywood friends don't help me out. So,
Will and Jada donated $5 million.
But for the stipulation was for him just to shut up. Don't be going on social media. What's the first thing you do?
Will and Jada gave me a $5 million check.
Yo, I would have stopped that check.
Yeah.
I would have stopped that check real quick. I mean, come on, man. You know what Tyrese really needs?
Jesus.
Yeah, that and just a Coke and a smile and go sit in the back of the bus.
So it's actually been almost 20 years since he came out with the Coke commercial.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So he's come a long way. But, yeah, it's a lot. And it's like it's almost to the point where it doesn't seem authentic anymore.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And that's, I think, that why people are starting, and the kid makes some great points. Like, yes, people are berating Tyrese for fighting for his child. That's not really the message I think that people are saying. I think they're just tired of him making everything so public about it. We all want him to be a part of his child's life. Like, that's not, what anyone is clowning him for, but it's just the constant barrage.
It's the me syndrome.
Of the video and the, this, that, and the third. So, yeah.
So, speaking of me.
You, yes.
me.
I feel like that's Johnny Gill.
No, it's my. Yeah.
Whatever.
My.
Okay. So Bobby Brown is getting his own movie. The kid that played Bobby Brown in the Bobby Brown movie.
Yeah, they mentioned that like right after the New Edition movie came out.
Right. So, but the kid that is playing, it's been announced that the kid that's playing that played Bobby Brown in that is gonna play Bobby Brown in the biopic, which is gonna be out next year.
Right. And then Woody the Great's probably gonna play the older Bobby Brown.
That's what I'm saying. That guy, Woody guy.
Yeah, Woody. Yeah. But I thought you were talking about like the young guy, the young little boy.
No.
Okay.
The older guy.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Woody the Great. Shout out to Woody the Great. Very funny dude.
He's very talented.
Yeah, very much. So, Wendy Williams, fake or real?
No, it's real. But what it is not is probably not dehydration. So whatever happened to her, she's sick. Something's wrong with her. That wasn't a fake pass out. That wasn't staged.
Right.
That really happened. Like, you could see, Wendy is not that good of an actress, first of all. And that's not shade, it's just reality. But you could literally see the panic come across her face.
Yeah.
When she started feeling like something wasn't right. You know what I'm saying?
And
like,
the slurring of the words.
That was authentic. Like, that, she was not pretending.
Right.
But I do think that there's something else going on. I don't know if it was like a mini stroke or whatever, because usually that happens with the slurring or some sort of seizure or something. But it's definitely not just she was dehydrated or tired,
maybe her blood sugars were low. Because I know for me, like being a type 1 diabetic, when your blood sugars, dip and you get incoherent, the slurring of the words occurs.
Right. There's a multitude of reasons, but it's not. I don't think it's dehydration. I don't think for 1 second it's dehydration. And there was a rumor that some of the staff were claiming, because she's gotten really, really, really exceptionally thin, like unhealthily thin.
You see them legs?
Unhealthily thin. No, because here's the thing. There's a delicate line. I am not body shaming, okay?
No, I'm talking about how skinny her legs are.
So the thing is, though, is that it seems unhealthy. You know what I mean? There's one thing to be thin, but where it seems now where she's just not healthy. And I think that may have contributed to, but some of the staff was saying that has to do with some of the stress of her husband and all of his shenanigans or whatever. So
would have been wrong of me if I was in the audience and I ran up and said, "How you doing?"
Yes.
No, but it's just so funny to me.
No, it's not. I mean, because the thing is, that was like legit, like a life and death kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, of course, everybody was always speculating because they said, sweeps coming up. Did she do that for the sweeps?
I really don't think she did because if you watch it, she like pauses like, what the F was that? You know what I mean? Like, what was that feeling? Like she couldn't control it. You know what I mean? And then it's like, it just happened. You know what I mean? I don't see her acting that out.
What are you drinking? Cognac?
It's actually lemonade left over from our jock meeting that we just had about 5 minutes ago.
She's sipping on that scissor. Sipping on the
lemonade.
scissor.
And it's not that great, but it's the only thing it was better than water. It was better than water.
I had sparkling water, to be exact. While you getting here, getting drunk. Ladies and gentlemen.
I didn't want the water.
I'll take that. Don't throw it at me. That's just rude.
Slurping on that, huh?
Pause, yo. Pause. Yo.
All right, what else you got?
Jesus. So are you big into the superhero movies and things of that nature?
I am. I'm big into like the superhero, just like on Netflix and everything like that. Yeah.
Have you seen Thor Ragnarok yet?
I have not. Is it good?
Very good.
Was it?
It's very funny. Very good, very funny. So I was quite impressed. So now they have a whole bunch of other joints coming out. They got the Justice League that's going to be happening.
Yes, that looks dope.
But the thing is, that's a Harvey Weinstein production. And Ben Affleck, he's been in the news too for some kind of tawdry things that he's done in the past.
Tawdry. It was way back when. It was like in the beginning of his career, and he, I think, like touched a reporter's lady lumps or something like that.
Right.
Or
old girl that used to be on MTV. For
yeah.
TRL.
But the thing is, I think that there was like an exchange at the time. And then it kind of just fizzled away. Like, social media wasn't around back then, but it like fizzled out. And then when the Harvey Weinstein thing came about, then it resurfaced. But there was a guy, I forget what his name is, Brett Ratner.
Yeah, Brett Ratner.
Yeah, so after the Harvey Weinstein thing, then it became the Brett Ratner. And the people, like, I don't know what's going on in Hollywood, but like those skeletons are coming out the closet left and right.
I mean, the thing is like it's not like people didn't know about this stuff. That's been going on for years.
Oh no, it's been going on since the advent of Hollywood. Yeah. Let's be real. But no, the fact that it's all being exposed now. Right. You know what I mean? Like, and they're not just sweeping it under the rug like they have for decades and decades.
Nah, this Trump America, everything's out.
Evidently.
Everything.
Evidently.
Man, so yeah, I was. I'm looking forward to a couple of joints that I really want to see because I was under the impression that The Rock, he's supposed to be playing superhero Shazam.
Really?
Yeah, he's supposed to be playing Shazam.
That should be interesting.
That should be interesting. Well, never mind. Go.
What?
Nothing.
Why?
I can't. I forgot what I was going to say.
You got distracted.
Yeah, I got distracted. So people always like when I pull this up because it's my pump. My pump went off. So. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is an insulin pump. So this is what.
So if you don't know,
it keeps me alive.
Stretch, is it which type is it? 2?
Type 1.
Type 1. I'm sorry. He has type 1 diabetes, and so he has a pump, and it just made this little noise, and it distracted him because it makes a noise when your sugar is off, or when it needs to be read, or what does it do?
Yeah, when I need to check when my blood sugars are low, blood sugars are high. So, but this is the latest, greatest invention. I shouldn't be plugging the company. Well, maybe I should. So.
Get a check.
Yeah. Shout out to Medtronic Mini-Man for this beautiful pump here.
Although legit, you should probably do more about it. You should just in general on your social media. You should probably talk more about it. Like
I do. I've had posts put up where I show people how I connect all this stuff to me.
It's fascinating.
So it's a lot. I got a lot of contraptions. I should be a damn superhero. I am.
You are your own walking superhero.
Man,
so
I'm gonna use my powers tonight.
It's funny because I asked Stretch one day. I was like, "Do you sleep with that thing on?"
No, go ahead. No. Go ahead. Tell them what you said.
What? Oh, I asked if he leaves it on when he has sex.
Yeah.
I did ask that because I'm like, I don't understand.
La la la.
Because I thought that it needed to be. I'm not well versed with insulin pumps, so like I don't know, and it's like a legit question. I was like, well, because I thought that he couldn't be unattached for it for extended periods of time. That's why I asked, like, so do you have to take it off to have sex, or do you leave it on and then it just hangs while y'all are naked, or like how does that work?
Yeah, it swings and hits
whatever swinging.
Hit it in the titty. Pop right in the titty.
You have a crazy, probably inappropriate, like maybe you weren't breastfed enough as a child, infatuation with women's breasts.
I love them.
Like, I don't know if you guys saw the video that he did on Sunday. But it's all about titties.
Feliz Navidades.
Yes, and there was that.
But you co-signed it.
It's hilarious to me.
Yeah.
But legit, when we were, what day was it? Was it Thursday? It was right before the bowling for, no. Jem and I was in the studio. It was Thursday. It had to have been Thursday. And we were talking about something, and it was like, every third word was titty out of this guy's mouth. Every third word.
We was on the TV. They were on the TV. The lady, like, I don't know what, regular channel that was on cable, but they was like full frontal. I was like, well, damn, they put that on TV?
Oh, yeah, we're still going.
Damn, Lysious, we trying to do a podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, the person interrupted was Lysious.
How long have we been running our mouths?
Are we still going? It's supposed to be 30 minutes. Yeah.
All right.
Well, we're back. We sitting here trying to do a show, do a little podcast for the people in the DMV. Then all of a sudden, Lysious walks in.
Takes the card out the camera. Like, y'all ain't really doing nothing anyways. Yeah. Let's just, show's over.
I was
well into your
yeah, I was all talking about breasts and
breasts.
Yeah, here come Lysious. Who talking about Stop the tape.
Stop the tape.
Stop the tape.
Cut. That's enough. All right, so I guess we've been running our mouths about nothing for almost 30 minutes. So
we've been talking about some good stuff, though. And, first of all, and I will be remiss. I would like to send, I'm speaking for the both of us, we would like to send our prayers out to those individuals who were just
the situation in
Texas. The situation in Texas, man. Like, and all right, so I don't want to get on a political stance, though, but the fact that old dudes sat up there and tried to say that this isn't a gun law issue and put it towards a mental health issue, I get it. Sometimes the two go hand in hand. Mm-hmm. But for a man to walk up into a church and shoot people who are there to praise and worship, mm-hmm. And they can't defend themselves. Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing is, if you look at America has had two of the worst mass shootings separate of Pulse nightclub, but back to back.
Right.
We had Vegas and we had Texas, and nobody wants to call them a terrorist. Like, that's part of the issue. The only time you want to call somebody a terrorist is if he's a Muslim or part of ISIS
or brown skin. Yeah.
And that's part of the bigger issue, So, again, our hearts and our prayers are out to all those affected by what happened in Texas, and we will continue to pray for peace and
you know what broke my heart? The fact that one of the people who
the daughter of the pastor was one of the victims that died.
An 18-month-old baby didn't even get a chance to see her life. Mm-hmm. Shot because of an asshole. And you ain't got beep it. I don't give a damn. But yo, that pisses me off tremendously.
Yeah.
So, the fact that this dude was upset with his mother-in-law.
And he had and then they're trying to, justify he had a domestic violence issue with his such and such and such and such before he went and shot up the church. At that point, if you are feeling that way, just take yourself out. I know that sounds horrible, but these people don't deserve that. They were literally in a place in a church. Should be the safest place ever, And so it's horrible, and the holidays are upon us. I can't even imagine the devastation that those families are feeling, and it literally rips my heart out. So,
and we pray for those who survived. I hope that and I know a lot of them are in critical condition, but I pray that they all come home safely.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hopefully we will do this again next week. That is the plan. Stretchykins will be back.
We don't know. Lysious might come here and stop the tape again.
Blame it on Lysious. Blame it on Lysious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, with the code fine. All right, guys. Have a great week. Make sure you follow PerezNStretch. Of course, he is
at Stretch G.
I'm at Deja Perez, and we will see you guys next week.
Hold
Thanks.
up.
What?
We gotta follow. They gotta follow us at PerezNStretch
first.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I said follow us at PerezNStretch is what I said first.
And if you want us to rap about something, if you got something, shoot us a DM. We'll take
Slide in the DM.
Yeah, we'll take it under consideration. Oh, you know what I like in the DMs?
In the DMs. Titties.
Titties.
Have a great week, guys.
Peace, yo. Blame it on delay.
You said what?
That was finished.
Blame.